Good evening, everyone. It's Greg back for this week's Greg's Bedroom Tips. So we're a bit late. It took me a little while to write up the blog for this week. But I finally got the blog down and uploaded onto our new webpage. So anyway, what are we on about this week? So I said something earlier that we were going to talk about bedroom tips about is bigger better. So now I know a lot of you out there from last week had their own thoughts about what I was talking about, but you soon found out that I was giving you some free information. So is bigger better? Tonight we're talking about screen resolution. So not what you all thought. So yeah, screen resolution. So straight away, most of you would say, okay, screen resolution, screen size, big is going to be better. And in some cases, or most cases, you might be right, but not always. And there's a few things that we really need to take into account. So we all want the biggest TV we can get at the cheapest price. And then we wonder why we watch a TV show and it looks pretty average, and we go, but I just bought a really big TV that's high resolution. Why is my picture not that good? So there's a lot of things that the average person probably doesn't understand or has never had to think about. So screen size, it's going to depend on what you're watching, where you're watching it, how far back you're sitting, how big the room is, how many people are in the room. What size TV is right for you. And there's calculators that will work that out. So to give you an idea, a 65-inch TV screen, now 65 inch is a fairly good size screen. That's with the THX certification, which is Lucasfilm's certification of what you should be, what specifications, your minimum specifications to get a good image and surround sound from a theatre. So it says you should be 2 to 3 metres back. So the 65-inch screen is a pretty big screen, and you're going to be only 2 or 3 metres back from it. So most of us have got 3 to 4, maybe 6 metres rooms. So you're going to be sitting fairly close. Now these are rule of thumb. So you can go bigger, you can go smaller. And I've watched a whole movie on the old 14-inch little TVs, and you can still watch it, but you don't get the proper experience. So to give you an idea on the same calculation, a 100-inch projector screen, you should be between 3 and 4.5 metres back from that to be getting a proper theatre experience. The theatre that I have here, or the lounge room that's set up as a theatre, I've got a 3.3 metre diagonal screen, and I sit about 4 metres back from it. So according to this, I should be anywhere between 4.5 and 6 metres, but I like a bigger screen. So that's what I can have. Now that's just the size of the screen. So that's most people haven't even thought about that. Then comes down to the resolution. Again, we're all heard 4K, and now there's this new 8K. Now that's fantastic. The image, if you watch a good quality image that's been shot in 4K or 8K on a good 8K panel, you will just be amazed at the clarity. But we had a customer the other day brought in a screen. It was only a few weeks old. Bought this 4K TV, and his complaint was that we didn't buy it off us, but complaint was that it wasn't working properly. So we had a look at it, and we tested it, and everything seemed to be working fine. But we put in a test image that's lower quality, and we were amazed at how bad the picture looked. Now, there was nothing wrong with the TV. He'd bought a cheap brand TV with high resolution, and where they cut corners in that type of product is not in the panel so much, but in the actual image processing. So for an image, for example, if you watch a Blu-ray, it's in 1080p. If you watch one of the new 4K or in the 8K, that's what it's been shot in. So if you put it up on a panel, you're getting pixel for pixel. If you watch something on the old, what we used to free-to-air TV, you'll find that free-to-air TV is much lower resolution. Back when they shot most of the old stuff, and especially some of the really old footage, there was no such thing as pixels back then. It was shot in lines of TV, and there might be 500 lines or even less. So, and then a lot of the TV now, they're actually pinching stuff off the internet, which may come off YouTube, and it's low res, or it's been beamed halfway around Australia, or around the world. So image processing cleans up a bad image. So it looks at that, looks at the image, and it looks at the blockiness, and it rounds it off and makes it smoother. Now, most of the cheap ones cut out that because, well, you can't measure it in inches, and people really don't know they even need it. So why bother putting it in? It costs money to put it in. A really good home theatre system may have a $2,000 image processor just cleaning up the images that go up to a good high quality projector. So there's a lot of this sort of stuff that the average person really doesn't know, doesn't understand, doesn't need to know, but they can be caught out by buying what they think, what a salesman tells them is exactly what they want, and it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it's got big numbers where not necessarily where you don't actually need big numbers. So what do you do? Well, I guess you come and talk to someone who, I'm saying you can come and talk to us, or you can come and trust that we're going to tell you the right information and not just sell you something that I've got sitting there, or I've got on special from one of the suppliers. We don't carry huge amounts of stock of products. We usually order it in after talking to you, and we'll put together the package that's right for you, both in quality and in price. And then we'll order it in, and if need be, we can install it and set it up and show you how to use it. So I guess talk to an expert, and we'll work out what's right for you. So anyway, that back to, is bigger always better? Well, I guess in some things it is, and in other things it isn't. But it's like everything, always buy the right tool for the job. That's been another one of Greg's bedroom tips, and we'll catch you maybe next week.